So if I can go around, stop share, right? And then, yeah, so today the idea is that it's going to be quite a lot of explaining as to where we've got to with the campaign and just to have a little bit of a talk as to what we're doing. I do have a couple of slides to actually show people some information, if I can remember how to use this tool. But most of the time, it's not going to be, it's not a huge presentation that we're going to give to you. We'd really like to have a discussion, collect the ideas, and then we can start working together what the campaign's going to be. So if I put this like that, can everybody see this screen now?
Yep.
Yes. Yes, you can see.
Okay.
Perfect.
So we actually have a campaign that we're wanting to launch. So the idea for the campaign is to basically celebrate the GAN's birthday and help us move forward with where we are with the GAN globally and make sure that all of our national networks have the same information. So we thought we would set up a series of webinars like this. So because we have the Asian group, we have the European, African time zone, and we have the Americas, we thought we would run these webinars two on the same day, and we would record each so we can share the information between the two different groups and everybody can have the same idea and progress. So with the webinars, as we were saying, it gives us a chance to have a discussion, but also we can help out each other where we have questions. We can go around and start sharing our planning, ideas for different pieces of content, but really try and build a community between each of the groups around the campaign so that we can actually generate some really good directions for next year. Okay, so this is currently what we believe apprenticeship is. It's really a very effective way of getting towards employment and a career. We have proof. We've actually been seeing this in different countries. We've got statistical details, and part of what we'd like to do with the campaign is push this message out to all of the members we have globally, the members we have locally, each of the federations, people on the ground, apprentices and their families, to actually really show that apprenticeship is something that is worthwhile and a good choice for both employers and for people. So for our campaign, we have decided that the main theme is that we are the change. So we have launched this recently at a couple of events we've been holding in Geneva, and we've been pushing this out on our social media that this is the messaging that we would like to use. There are three main elements that we'd like to have for the campaign, and these will actually run out throughout the year. They're not do it once, we will keep repeating them. And this is where each of the national networks will feature nicely. So one of the main things we'd like you all to focus on is this thing called a GNN Focus Week. So where we are at the moment is we have 13 GNNs, and throughout the year, we would like to feature 1 week per GNN. And as we increase the number of GNNs, they will appear at the end of the year. And we'd like to know more about the history of what you've done. We'd like to highlight the members and partners that you actually have in your areas. We'd like to see what the successes are of events you've done, how we've actually worked with getting legislation changes, if there's been great uptake of apprenticeship, how we've changed the general area, and what the hopes are for your country moving forwards. So this is by sectors, it's by countries, it's by the direction you're actually taking specifically to you. And we'd really like to show the great achievements that GAN has had over the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Does that seem clear so far?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Please let me know if I'm going too fast. I have a habit of speaking to my children far too quickly, and it comes across in other meetings. So for these types of things, we have some more details we will share with you about exactly what we're thinking. But at a very first level, we've got some ideas of the types of content and information we can use for each of these 4 areas. So during the week, we would like to make sure we've got some video stories, we've got some best practice downloads, we've got these types of things, and we can run some little events locally to make sure that people are understanding what apprenticeship is and how this is actually working for the benefit of everybody.
We are going to get this slide, right? So
Yes.
no need to write down.
No need to write it down. No.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, I was making notes already.
I can see that. I can see that. Shall I say? It's very good. Yeah. So you will also find if you look back at the recent Vesuvius newsletters, which we've been sending out, there's also a link to some of this information that was sent out in some of those. But again, we will send this out to everybody later on today so that they've got the full list again. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So for the second thing that we want to do during the campaign is having some events, because everybody likes parties, everybody likes celebrating things. So why not use this as a way to actually encourage people to actually participate in what our mission is? So we've got real life events, and these we're expecting people in the country, the apprentices you have there, your member companies, the federations to actually join in physically celebrating various things and also promoting the aim of the GAN. And we have online events which you can do. So similar to this type of forum where we've got a webinar option, we can actually run these. We can do sort of an online event between multiple different GNNs. We can show what is happening at various ideas. And we have a campaign plan for the entire year, which has different events scheduled, but we can do many more on these. So we will be running a few. You will be, as a GNN, invited into some of these events, but you also have the options of doing these yourselves. So the tool we're using today is called Zoom. This is a free account, and it's available for other people to create accounts. So you can also run mini tools like this that you can show people what is happening. You can explain to the apprentices. You can get them to relate their stories. All sorts of things are possible. And there's voting that can happen on different questions. So if there's an event that is specifically local to you, which is very organized and people need to actually try and state their point of view, you can capture that information and then you can publish it again as a video afterwards. There's all sorts of things we can try.
Okay, sounds good.
And then the final part is we are planning on having a video competition that will run through the year. So the video competition, it's actually going to have some real prizes that we want to use the different global members that we have for offering mentoring to people that will be a prize winner. And we also want to bring some prize winners to Switzerland in January 2020 for the World Economic Forum Davos meeting, where we will be having an event and we want them to participate in that. So the apprentice video competition is a way that we can get people all around the world, either they are planning on being an apprentice, they are already an apprentice, or they're a previous apprentice, to tell us what their hopes are about apprenticeship, how this has changed them, why they think this is good, and to just record 2-3 minutes of video and upload it. And then we will have these available for everybody in the world to go around voting. So we can do the voting by sectors, and we can do it by countries to actually pick who are the winners per country. And then we will have a little bit like the World Cup, the idea of quarterfinals, semi-finals, and a final. And these will all be featured at different times on all of our web channels. And then we will feature the different types by sector and by countries, so that we can have a quite an exciting group of people telling us why apprenticeship is good for them. Does that sound exciting so far?
So it's kind of like the apprentices are going to make their own videos and share with social medias and
Exactly.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Not the organizations, but as an organization, we can inspire them and spread the news with them so that they feel motivated to share their videos.
Exactly. Yeah. They could be helped by the organizations to do this, or they can just do it by themselves, just recording it directly onto a mobile phone and sending it out that way. It doesn't have to be a brilliantly edited and fantastic cinematic piece. It can be the more realistic and lifelike is what we were actually looking for. because it's the
Okay.
message and showing the human part of apprenticeship rather than fantastic stuff that you get filmed by a company.
Okay, sure.
So with the video competition, we are expecting, or not expecting, we are going to have a central place running from the main GAN global website where people will actually upload the videos to, so they're all in one location. But this is all available then to show on local GAN websites. It's also on you can feature them on social media, and we have in our campaign plan a set of touch points where we're showing these are the leaderboards by countries, by sectors, to encourage a bit more of the competition for people to participate because they feel national pride for it.
Okay. So do you have a estimated date when we're going to start this campaign?
Oh, yeah.
Is it by September?
No, so the launch, the actual, we will have some teasers happening. Is the plan, but the main kickoff is on the 5th of December, which is the 5th year anniversary of the GAN starting.
Okay.
1st of December.
5th.
1st of December.
5 of December.
Okay.
5 of December.
Exactly. Yeah. Again, we've got a plan, and
The 5 of December will be the kickoff. 5 of December will be the kickoff or the celebration.
everything. Yes.
The celebration.
Exactly. Yeah. So we have a section about
The celebration.
correct. Yes, and I have a few details of plans and dates, etc., which we'll also share with you, which will explain this a little bit clearer as to what is happening when. So for the video competition, it's got a few steps that everybody needs to actually follow. So the first one is to actually sort of say we are having a video competition. We'll start sending this out on social media, and we'd like each of the national networks and the members that you have locally to start publicizing it as well. Then we will start seeing video appearing so people can actually start
Hi, Karim.
feeding onto it.
I'm good. How are you?
That was the
Okay. Gary, please hold for me.
Yeah. And then we will have some new videos once they start appearing. We will actually be able to push these out onto different channels, and specifically during the GNN Focus Week, when your GNN is there, we will be having our YouTube and also our main website featuring the videos that we've already had submitted in your country, so that they get maximum amount of exposure. Then we'll have some more voting once this is available, and this starts from about September, with the final sets of semi-finals, quarterfinals in about October time, and then the board at the board meeting in November next year will actually pick the final winners, and then everybody can start having a little bit of a party afterwards, celebrating who the winners are. Okay. So, coming back to where we were then, we have a bit of planning then. So what we're expecting is from the period from now really until December is when we are preparing what we're doing, how many pieces of content we're creating, helpful information that we'll share to yourselves. We will run these sort of webinars, etc., so we can track as to our preparations and how things are running. And then the 5th of December is when the kickoff happens. So this is, we'll be doing a proper event live in Geneva, but we're also wanting to go around and connect up by time zones where possible, each of the different national networks by video conference, so we can also benefit and show what is happening and how we're actually moving things forwards for our kickoff. Then January is then going to be the first main event. We will be going again this year to the Davos Forum, for the World Economic Forum in Davos, and we will explain as to what we're trying to do, encouraging the message, and it's a main advocacy event that we have. We will have a few more of those types of events during the year. Probably in the June period is when we are looking at having a Global Apprenticeship Day. That is a new thing we're planning on launching, so that all the national networks, ourselves, all our members, the global members as well, will all be celebrating and promoting the same messages that apprenticeship is good on this day, and we will be picking up as to some other key events that we have during the year. And lastly, then we have the GNN Focus Weeks, and we've got some more details to when the actual week is that each GNN is scheduled for at the moment. And at the end of the year, then we have the winners of the competition, but also we have a wrap-up as to what is happening during the year, the types of things we've done, the difference we've made with our advocacy efforts so far. Nice and clear? Yeah?
Yes.
Perfect.
Your long plan.
Yes. Oh.
That one works.
40 minutes, right, okay. So I have to get a move on. Right. So where are we? Where's my screen not changing? Okay, yes. So 17th of September is when we're planning our next webinar. So hopefully you will all be available on that date, and we will send out another meeting invitation. But definitely, if you can let us know straight away if there's a conflict, and we can change the planning for that.
So if we have anything to share, we'll wait for the presentation to end, right? Then
yeah, exactly.
Okay, sure, no problem.
Yep. So we have so far this plan for the order of the GNNs during the focus weeks as well. These are the dates that we're actually aiming for. So based on how long different GNNs have been running for, how long they've been part of the GAN, we've got the dates set so that you have some content available, which is why Belgium is in August. Sorry about that, Alexander. I thought you needed a bit of time.
Yes, well, in August it's not really a problem, but the thing, everyone's going to be on vacation in Belgium.
Right, okay, so this is another reason why we've got this, so people can go around and we can pick and choose as to if we can move some dates around for local reasons. So once this information has been sent out, then you'll be able to see what it was, and by the next webinar when we do that, we would like to make sure that we've got the secured dates so that everybody knows when we need things for.
Sounds perfect.
Okay. So again, so if there's any dates here that you have local holidays, you've got national events happening, there's a conflict with some other major thing you're planning, etc., that you know about, then please let us know, and we're very happy to change these around and the order that countries are running.
Awesome, thanks.
Okay. But we needed something to start with.
Yes.
Okay. So, coming quite close to the end, we have been working on a playbook. So if you remember at all from the earlier Vesuvius communications, we've said we were going to come out with a playbook at the end of August, beginning of September, that has some details as to what we can do, how we can move things forwards, how the campaign will actually run, and it's got some key messages, etc. This has progressed. We've got quite a bit that's actually in there. It's under review at the moment, and there are some more elements that are some of the supporting materials that we've given ourselves until the 17th of December as our target to actually get this out to everybody. So then you can have a look at this when we release it, and then it will give some ideas as to how to run events, the types of things we can do in social media. It's got some more details as to the proper mechanics as to how video competition operates. More things as to what we're expecting for the GNN focus, how you can do some of these options to give you some quick starts and to help things move forwards. Then the idea with the webinar series is we will be able to rely on what's written inside the playbook, but also if you have new ideas, if you've tried something, everybody can float the ideas around. Where there are options for doing creating materials, we can share those between each other so that we can generate and reuse as much as possible to make everybody's lives easier.
Great.
Okay. So, complicated stuff. What do you need to do today? Or slightly this week, if maybe if that's the wrong holiday. So you can check your focus weeks, so the local dates. We'd like you to start talking where possible to your local members that you have, so that they're aware of what we're trying to do with the campaign. It's got these three main elements that we'll be running through the year. And if you can start having a think of the sort of plan that you can do, what you would like to achieve when in your own planning. If you send it back to us, we can have a look and see if there's any sort of holes or if there's any suggestions we can make so that you can align on the sort of resourcing and types of things you may actually need. And all of that, we would really like back to see this by the 17th of September, so that we can use that next webinar as a more of a discussion rather than a preaching type idea.
So it will be a week-long campaign in each country, or like?
Yes. So we will send that. Yeah, it's just for your focus week, really, but also as the main ideas. But then, if you've got any more events you can think of doing during the year, there may be options where we can capitalize on this with our global partners, as they have places everywhere that they can go around and keep pushing the message. So if there's some thinking that you've got already, then great. If you haven't, we're doing the same thing with our global partners as well, and they can pick up on local events and things where they can also push the message.
Okay.
So, any other questions?
Not for now.
Not a question, actually.
Okay.
And information I think I should share now.
Sure.
That is like from Bangladesh, A2I, Access to Information is kind of one of the main organization that holds apprenticeship in national level.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time on September 29th, we're going to organize an international apprenticeship conference in Dhaka of Bangladesh. So we're just kind of after we got the email to have join in this webinar, I just feel that it will be a great opportunity to promote GNN in this platform, because this international conference of Dhaka is going to be a very huge conference, and maybe probably one of the first apprenticeship conference in Dhaka.
Okay.
So if you have any plan that we can promote these networks and stuff that we're planning right now, we can collaborate, and if possible, we would really love to invite some of the GNN participants or officials here, so that they can come and share, because A2I and GNN already has an MOU.
Yep.
So we can explore that. Okay. And at the same time, on 29th, we're going to have an international conference. And before that, on 21st and 22nd September, we're going to have 2 days a national conference where A2I is going to bring all the industries, institutions and government officials and people related to apprenticeship programs so far at national level and in private level. We're going to bring everyone under a single roof. So I think this is the two biggest programs so far. We are already planning, and arrangements are there. So it would be a great opportunity for GAN and GNN to collaborate with it somehow. Sure. And if you feel that we can spread the message of this network through these programs and conferences, you can just share them, and we'll try to fit in the conference. Yep. And even it could be something online seminars could be, or webinar seminars could be, so that we can even for 20 or half an hour, we can allocate that online conference with the conference.
Okay, that's brilliant. Thanks for letting us know, because this allows us to do something also with the global channel, so we can drive some pieces back. So this is a fantastic example of the type of community effort we'd like with this sort of forum. We can go around and show what is happening in different places, but also encourage participation and share our stuff. So we'll come back to you slightly separately on that one, Rebecca, just with once I've spoken with Christina as to where we can go. But yeah, that's a great opportunity for us, definitely. Okay. This week, as far as I'm aware, we have Regular is in Kenya for the kickoff with GAN Kenya as well. So that's of interest to some of our colleagues here. Exactly what they're doing, I'm not quite sure, but there's a gentle sort of kickoff, and I think it's happening on Thursday and Friday. So if this is something that you were able to go around and say welcome to Kenya when they actually start going, then this is something we can share the dates and the information about.
Will they be launching their network?
They're doing the kickoff. The launch is happening later this year or beginning of next year. So this is the first part of where they've got going. Yeah.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah. So it's not full bang on yet.
First sensitization action.
Exactly.
Okay. We'll be happy to share.
So you had a question as well?
I don't really have a question, more information too. Well, we are going to have our first, second board meeting in the 5th of September. So I won't be able to give you all the informations by the 17th.
Okay.
But we'll discuss that.
Sure. Whatever you can come that you have that's there, then great, and then we'll just keep moving it forwards as we go along. Yeah.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay. And Younger, you had a question?
Can we get more information about the 29 September conference? Could you share with us more information?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Rebecca, would you be able to just copy everybody with the details of what's happening on there, and we can fill in what we can do from the national side, the global side as well?
I mean the conference of Dhaka that I just talked.
Yes.
No, the 29 September conference. Can we?
Yeah,
Can we get some? Yeah. Can we get more information about that?
Sure. I think the program outline is almost ready. So do you think that would help, the outline or the concept note, something would be more benefited? Which one you prefer?
Oh, okay.
So I think the program outline is already almost ready. I can share that right away. But
Sure.
but if it's something, I mean, more theoretical and written concept note kind of thing, then I can manage that. It didn't take some time.
Okay.
Okay.
That'd be perfect. Thank you. Okay. So is everybody excited about the campaign and what we're trying to do?
Yeah.
I am excited, but
We're so excited.
but it's so far. It's in 2019, right?
Yeah.
It should be by 2018.
Yeah. Well, yes.
I might have one more question.
Yeah. Okay. Please.
Regarding I heard there was going to be a small rebranding coming up. In what way is that going to be implemented in the campaign?
There was hopes for a small rebranding, but and timing and budget, etc., we're not sure. There is a little bit of staff changes happening in Geneva at the moment, as we arrived at the end of the July period, and it was the end for where we were with some trainees, and people are joining us. One of the new people is will be looking at the branding as to where we are, but it's keeping the main ideas. We may use the logo that is on the slide deck and on the playbook moving forwards, but there hasn't been anything particularly more than that. What we would like to do is try and add in a few additional colours, so we've actually got a bigger palette to use, but it's not anything else.
Okay. So it's not going to be for 2018?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. Depending on how things develop, that may change. So definitely we can have a touch point on that at our next webinar, because the new person will be on board by that time, and we'll know what exactly we're able to achieve.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Alexander, you were also looking, as I believe, at using WordPress for redoing the website.
Well, yes. At this moment, we are using the Wix.
Yep.
The Wix platform, but it really limits our options. So
I know.
I think we all know. So First, we are going to look at what actions we are going to set up, because we've got a lot of directories we can go at here in Belgium. Once we set our priorities, the 5th of September, we'll see in what way, like what functionalities our website needs, and most probably we will rebuild our website in WordPress.
Okay.
But That it's to discuss. It depends on how many people we will have in our work groups, etc.
Okay, so that's also something we should stay in touch with, because we are considering
Definitely.
a replacement completely of the current website as well, and the technology, because it's also limiting what we can do with it.
Yes. Well, definitely happy to collaborate on that, and definitely share also like branding wise, just design
Yep.
input like that.
Okay, super.
Happy to share.
So, any other questions for the evening?
So it was
Right. Who's chatting away?
not me. So it was a very good discussion, and I mean a lot of future opportunities and collaboration opportunities is going to come in our path. But since we're having our next webinar on 17th September, right?
That's right.
So
Yeah.
can we have the to-do list for each of us so that we can send the deliverables by time?
No problem. That will be sent out today.
So first one will be like confirming the date for the GNN campaign week, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing I need to be clarified, because I have to share this with my senior management, that it's going to be a 1 week campaign. So if we start on 23rd of September 2019, it's going to be for 1 week?
Yeah,
Or only 1 day?
So the campaign will start globally in December.
Oh.
And then the week you will officially be featured, just you as having the highlight, would be on the 23rd of September, say, whatever it is, the GNN Focus Week.
The campaign will start on December 2018, right?
Yes, exactly. And so on our channels, and we would like each of them following, tweeting, putting out, and posting things on Facebook, etc. as they go along. It's mainly just copying and pasting and sharing the information each of us are sharing. But the specific week you feature as a GNN will be what we decide at the next meeting when we've aligned which is the best week for you.
Okay, so perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So then all of the main GAN website, all of the social media channels, all of the video submissions that have been achieved by that specific week, that will be the main focus. Hearing all the stories we've had, all the history that we know about, we can add. If you are running an event locally, that would be the best week to actually run it, because it gets visibility. If there are events that you're doing during the year as well, it's not a problem, but specifically huge events, the best celebration of you as a GNN would be during your GNN Focus Week. Stand nice and clear?
Thank you everyone. If there's no more discussion, we can wrap up now. And I will be really helpful to have a guideline email or some bullet points to do this.
Yeah.
You all are in the track.
Yes,
Okay?
they're coming today.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Right, so have a great day, everybody, and have a great day off now in Namibia.
Thank you.
Speak to you on the 17th.
Have a good day.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Hello,
Thanks,
good stuff.
everyone.
Bye.
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 Lakini kama